The Clark County Sheriff released jail surveillance footage today, trying to refute claims that dozens of women were harassed, threatened, and sexually assaulted in the jail.
It's tied to a night when prosecutors say a jail officer sold male inmates a key to access a women's dorm. WDRB's Conroy DeLuce shares the video and what appears to be what's missing from it.
Myth busting in Clark County, in all caps, on the sheriff's new website. Jamie Knoll writes that liars have been caught red-handed, dismissing the claim that women were terrorized by showing 60 seconds of video showing male inmates walking in to one of the female inmate pods. Prosecutors say former jail officer David Lowe sold them a key on his last day.
And he was leaving the facility. He made his deal with those inmates so they could access that key. You can't control a criminal inside your organization.
The civil lawsuit claims the men entered before midnight. The sheriff refutes that claim with this 49-second clip saying they actually came in after 2 a.m. and the women in question don't show signs of distress. Another 11-second clip, recorded more than 20 minutes later, shows two men with towels wrapped around their heads leaving the women's pod. The footage reviewed by the U.S. Marshals and the FBI.
This video shows you what didn't happen. And I submit to you that based on what I've seen, nothing happened. What I'm going to tell you is what I've watched on here does not indicate to me that there was a sexual assault.
If this is the best the sheriff has, is video, 60 seconds of video of the common area, and he thinks that is what exonerates him from liability or somehow contradicts the women's story, then he's crazy.
Attorney Steve Wagner is representing 8 of the 28 women now suing the sheriff in the jail on a federal civil rights case. He says all the video reveals is poor security.
And the women tried to hide. I have accounts of women getting in their bunks and pulling the sheets over their head, or getting underneath their bunks, or going into the women's restroom and hiding in there.
The lawsuit says women were sexually groped, threatened, and at least 2 were raped. The website does promise more releases. However, the footage contains several gaps. Nonetheless, it's the administration's way of firing back after a demonstration by Clark County Democrats this week called for the Republican sheriff and his jail commanders to resign.
We call for the resignations of Sheriff Jamie Knoll, Chief Deputy Scotty Maples, and the jail commander.
The sheriff and no one has run around making wild allegations that cannot be supported at the end of the day by fact and evidence.
Wilder says interviews recorded in the hours following that night paint a different picture than the women are claiming now.
In the immediate aftermath, they're terrified. I think almost every woman probably initially said, nothing happened, nothing happened, nothing happened. Well, we know something happened.
One night, 2 stories, and at least 2 lawsuits to settle the truth. With photojournalist Neil Johnson, Conroy DeLuce, WDRB News.